Yo, Lauren.
Yo.
Episode 11, baby.
Yes.
So you ended trailer a little before noon. Hold up. By yourself?
Yes.
And you didn't stop in the employee area?
No.
Are you always this terse?
Yes.
Oh dear. Did no one leave during the meeting?
No one.
Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come in to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony.
The same could be said about you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears.
And when exactly was that?
I've forgotten.
Maybe you could try remembering?
No.
The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I think it was between those times. You would think, come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean?
It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the studio too for Van.
Alright. And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Right. Oops.
It was a 15-minute break.
Do you have someone that can verify this?
So,
No, I mean someone else.
one person is enough.
If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that proves she didn't eat the steak, will Nick find anything? There is evidence, because there was no bones on the plate. So the only evidence I have that shows a plate is that. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate? This plate was on the table found in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Miss Manila ate at a table outside the trailer.
There's no bones.
Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare.
Oopsie daisy.
Miss Vasquez, tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? And I think I know how. You ate the bone too. You ate a boneless steak. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere. Like that incinerator. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? She was meeting with the Still Samurai. Order! Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak. She ran into the Still Samurai, and then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, right?
Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it?
Yes.
Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as well as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I.
Any day, Vasquez.
Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon?
You couldn't. I think you would have a great difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much as anyone would.
You see?
Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Wrong, Mr. Wright, but I haven't said anything yet. I know you well enough by now to know you're going to present the wrong evidence.
I can sense it too, my fey blood.
Okay, so pick the wrong evidence, enough is enough. Alright, here's the real evidence, Your Honor. Oh, was it the fact because it was duct taped? I present my proof, the so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run through? But someone fixed the spear. It was a security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is that possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order! Mr. Wright, what are you drivelling at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I am the one testifying here, and I will be heard. Are you quite sane?
Are you even aware of what you're saying?
If the samurai spear was not a murder weapon, how was Hammer killed?
Pray tell what was. Sorry, I preemptively pressed it again. Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what the weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Now it's that. Look at this photograph. What is this? Well, why, that's Jack Hammer standing on top of the stairs. Order! Hello. If I cannot have the order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is all this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence was pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying... Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 PM on the day of the murder. Mr. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs into the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had done himself 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim... Oh, in other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer... He died in the same way he caused another man to die? 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
Huh. Very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff.
You deny what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of an argument, that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not?
Hang on, I'm just moving my bedding around so I can get into bed.
Okay.
I'm gonna lie down while playing the rest of this case. Ooh, another free breadstick.
An evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then complaining that I carried the body to Studio 1?
Complaint is claiming, Lauren.
Sorry, I mixed my words up.
So, Lauren, when you get a driving license, are you going to buy the van?
Oh, shut up.
What?
I just started, okay?
I know, but now it's the van.
Stuff up.
You
Do you ever like do that thing where you mix the letters up in your words? It's like are you and you do ya and then ooh.
Yeah.
Like you mix the letters around. Yeah, I do that a lot. And returned to the trailer in all the space of a 15-minute break. How could I have disposed of the body?
Oop. Oh, the break in the meeting at the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, could she have dealt with the body?
Check something.
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than with her own hands?
Oh shit.
What?
So you know audio sharing settings, it was turned off.
What, yours?
Yeah.
Turn it back on then.
I'll put it back on, but that might mean you might not hear me in the video.
Unfortunately, yeah, but I can't change that now.
It should be alright though.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, I can't change it now because we've already saved it.
Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. For instance...
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the van to do it. Recall your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was the van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right. Don't forget it was Sal Manella that drove that van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had been placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the stale samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright.
See, for me, I'd say that's an admission of guilt.
Yeah. I lose. You win. It was fun.
I win? So what happens next? Don't question me. Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost, something like that?
I just said that.
Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you? You killed Jack Hammer?
Who can say?
Oh, for fuck's sake. Huh?
Are you sure I did? Mr. Wright, we just engaged in a battle of wits. As a result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What?
Fuck.
What?
Save.
Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, this is as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now? Miss Vasquez, you did it.
That wasn't a question.
Did you do it? Just say no, Lauren, because that's what she said.
Oh, no.
Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honour? I'm not sure that question helped this court gain cause to verdict. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright. Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I have already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, get the same answers. A waste of time. Sheer annoying.
Damn. To come so far only to fail. As it seems there is no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness. But what? Why did Edgeworth object? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth? I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honour. I did it. Oh. Well. What? Something's wrong with Edgeworth today, I think. I see, very well. Your Honour, I request that the witness testify again. I just did Lauren. Do you think Edgeworth's okay?
No. No. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness.
I just want to hear you testimony again.
Oh, hold on, I think he's onto something. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last 7 minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Scares repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify in the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth...
Who knows? He probably realised she did it too.
But... wasn't he the one that said he'd always get a guilty verdict? After all of that?
Edgeworth.
I was so sad when Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. His sister was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes.
That's a lie. But you got the script for her.
Then I went home.
See no issues with this Nick's testimony is right to your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right. Script in your direction notes?
Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen.
No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to the Studio 1 for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes?
Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything.
Why?
There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that?
Oh yeah, I guess. Very well, Miss Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to that witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Miss Vasquez says she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Didn't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to the studio. Oh shit. Thank you, Edgeworth. But I have a single question. Why? Order, order, Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Or are you thinking a career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I'll stand by my statement, however, regardless how the court sees my role here. Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation? I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me.
So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. Ham wasn't injured. How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? How? He told me.
It was Powers that was injured. So the director.
I believe in you, Nick. Go get him.
Sorry, I missed all of that. Please be that, please be that. Yes! You knew that Hammer was injured? Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers.
Pretending?
One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured?
I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right. You must have gotten it wrong.
I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Miller. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't that Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Will Powers. And when he was doing this, well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2 where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who'd been injured that morning. Order, order, I will have order. Witness. Can you refute this claim? Yeah, see, sneak out this one, Vasquez.
Very well. I have a question for you.
Ugh. Why are the real killers always so persistent?
Why in the world would I want to have Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing.
Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? Is there a reason? It's unclear to this court. Does defense have anything to say on this matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive?
Saying you can't prove it now would be admitting defeat. She'll get away.
But what proof could I possibly have?
I don't care if it's impossible, you still have to fight this one.
Ugh, okay. I have proof and I'll show it to you. Present to you the court Miss Vasquez's motive in the murder. What is the motive? That, please just be the photo. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? Five years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial. It began on that day, 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to present day, and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. Are we talking about motives here? That you only talked about Mr. Hammer. Oh, it seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have?
Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine.
Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder. She had no motive, Your Honor. What's that now? It was Mr. Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs, in self-defense. What's that now? It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Oh shit! Your Honor, Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security agent thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had cruelly taken advantage of him all those years.
Oh.
She broke the crack pipe.
What in the hell?
So you did do it, didn't you?
Yes. I am guilty. It was me.
I guess that'll be you, Lauren, again.
Oh.
It's...
Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late.
Ah, Miss Vasquez. I am Jack Hammer.
What happened here?
Manuel fell from the trailer stairs.
Manuel? Manuel.
I say Manuel, Lauren. Manuel?
Manuel?
Manual? Manual? I need to know how to do CPR. Bring me the manual. Miss Vasquez, please try to stay calm.
No, how could this?
It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and...
No, Manuel. Manuel.
Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez.
No. Please. Please don't die. Please.
Was it a boyfriend or something?
Might be. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again.
Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. It appears you have brought yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That should he be? He should be found. So is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers. We did it. This is all. The court is adjourned. October 20th, 11:12 PM. District Court, defendant lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he was trying to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me, why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Oh, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to blame me, put the blame on you because... It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once. He was used to acting in a kids show, and as the villain to boot, kids loved the Steel Samurai. So he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WP.
Oh, heh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don a samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back to that sweaty costuming. Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Ugh. Nick, Edgeworth.
Say something, right? I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gone away if you hadn't stepped in. Ah, pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say I hadn't expected to see you again after all these years.
Meet again.
However, in retrospect, it would have been better if had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Goodbye. Bye, Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend?
What friends? As if. Yeah, rivals. Rivals. Right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me, what's the deal with you and Edgeworth? They're fucking joking.
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that 5 years ago. It was talk in town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kid shows again. Oh, fuck's sake.
Nick! This is it! The new show starts today. You're gonna watch it with me, right?
I admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
We have to buy trading cards too, okay? We have to trade with Cody and the assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? What if they'll show his real face this time?
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers. We'll save, and that's it for this episode.
Okay.
But before we end, we will at least have a look at the first part of the next case.
Nice.
It's been what, 15 years? About that, yes. 15 years is a long time to wait. You can't imagine how much I've suffered. You've suffered? But now, the perfect opportunity has presented itself. At last, I shall have my revenge. What? Merry Christmas. Oh shit.
You probably already know what happens though.
I do know what happens. But
you're not gonna tell me.
I'm not gonna tell you. You're figuring this out on your own.
Yay.
But yeah, so with that, no, we're ending now. I put myself sandwiches for work and that.
I know, babe. I know.
Right, yeah, as I said, got to make myself sandwich for work, so we're gonna end this here. Goodbye from me. Goodbye from Riso. And goodbye from Mr. Squirrel. And goodbye from my bookshelf.
No, what about me?
And goodbye from all the plushies that Lauren has gotten me. And goodbye from my guitar. And goodbye from my Transformers. And goodbye from my books.
Goodbye.
And goodbye from Lauren.
Finally, goodbye.
Lauren, you didn't let me finish.